Today we're talking about off-road camping trailers. Last month, my neighbor picked up one of those flashy Adventure Edition trailers, thinking he could take it anywhere. But just 3 trips later, the suspension bottomed out, the door flew open, and their last trip ended quicker than it started. Because the truth is, most trailers seem rugged on paper until you actually take them off the pavement and let the terrain do the talking. That's why today, I'm breaking down the off-road camping trailers that really hold their own when things and roads get tough. Let's go. While most trailers crack under pressure, the Rift Carbon Camper takes a different approach. It's built almost entirely from carbon fiber, making it one of the lightest teardrops you can tow. The utility model starts at just 480 pounds, meaning even EVs and smaller SUVs can pull it without breaking a sweat. That carbon shell is seamless and waterproof, with a foam core for insulation and vibration dampening. Inside, you get a queen bed, a removable galley wall that converts the space into a cargo hauler, plus a dual-zone fridge and solar-ready hookups. Now, while carbon fiber is strong, it doesn't love point impacts, so this is built for gravel roads and light boondocking, not hardcore rock crawling. And at $29,000 base, some owners note the fit and finish doesn't quite match the premium price. But if ultralight towing and innovation matter most, the Rift delivers. Remember that blown suspension we talked about? The Kingdom Adventure Pro Mini 2.0 is engineered to avoid exactly that. It rides on a fully welded steel tube chassis with Cruisemaster off-road suspension, the same system trusted on Australian outback rigs. Plus, reinforced rock sliders to protect against trail debris. For off-grid capability, you're looking at 400 watts of roof-mounted solar, feeding a 300 amp-hour self-heating lithium battery, a 20-gallon heated fresh tank, and Dometic's 12-volt RTX air conditioning that won't drain your setup overnight. Inside, the all-aluminum cabinet system keeps weight manageable while offering a trifold mattress, dual-pane stargazer windows, and a slide-out dual-zone fridge accessible from outside. Now, honestly, the interior finish is functional, not luxurious, so you're paying for capability, not leather trim. At $37,500 base, it undercuts competitors with similar specs by a solid margin. If you want serious off-road reliability without the luxury markup, this one punches well above its price. Now we're stepping into serious engineering territory with the BRS Sherpa. This beauty runs a proprietary independent air suspension system, pairing Bilstein shocks with Firestone airbags, giving you 3 preset ride heights to level out uneven campsites or clear obstacles without manual adjustment. The chassis combines a galvanized central beam with a skeletal welded aluminum subframe, wrapped in a double-skinned composite body that keeps dry weight between 920 and 1,150 kilograms depending on spec. That's light enough for most mid-size SUVs while still handling aggressive departure angles and water crossings. For livability, you get a slide-out rear kitchen with a dual-burner cooktop, plumbed sink, and large fridge freezer, plus 36 to 39 gallons of fresh water and diesel-powered heating for the cabin and hot water system. The pod sleeps 2 comfortably, 4 with the optional roof tent. It's just that the interior can feel tight for extended trips, and pricing runs $49,000 to $67,000 depending on options, so it's built for adventurous couples, not families. If you've ever loved the classic Scamp, but wished it could handle real trails, meet the Scamp X. It keeps that iconic dual-tub bonded fiberglass shell, but bolts it to a steel chassis with heavy-duty Timbren suspension, 18 inches of ground clearance, and knobby ST235/75 R15 off-road tires. You're looking at approach and departure angles of 17 and 22 degrees, enough to clear rocky ledges and rutted fire roads that would scrape a standard egg camper. Inside, the maple cabinetry and convertible U-dinette sleep up to 4, with a full galley featuring a dual-burner stove and under-counter fridge. For off-grid stays, optional 400-watt solar and a lithium battery package extend your range, though the 12-gallon fresh tank limits longer boondocking. At 1,986 pounds dry, it tows easily behind most SUVs. But due to its moderate-ish insulation, it's more of a 3-season rig, and well-equipped builds push $30,000 to $35,000. But for classic styling with real trail capability, this is pretty sweet. For families who refuse to choose between off-road capability and actual living space, the Atlas Outdoors TetonX is where things get serious. It's built on a steel boxed frame with 2x5 and 3x3 tube reinforcements, wrapped in fiberglass and foam composite walls for solid insulation and durability. The suspension setup offers Timbren independent as standard or optional Nomad air suspension for on-the-fly leveling, paired with 35-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires on 17-inch fuel wheels, giving you 21.5 inches of ground clearance to handle rocky washouts and rutted trails. Inside, it sleeps up to 7 across bunk beds, a convertible dinette, and an optional rooftop tent. Plus, with the slide-out kitchen, Truma Vario heat system, and up to 600 amp-hours of lithium battery capacity with Victron power management, you can stay out longer without compromise. Just keep in mind that it's heavier and pricier at $55,000 base, climbing past $80,000 optioned out. So you'll need a capable tow vehicle and deep pockets. But for extended family overlanding, this setup is hard to beat. When ARB, the company that's been outfitting 4x4s for decades, builds a camper, you expect serious trail credentials, and the Earth Camper doesn't disappoint. The chassis uses 3mm thick mandrel-bent round tube steel topped with a fiberglass reinforced polymer shell, completely wood-free, so there's nothing to rot, warp, or delaminate after years of rough use. The OME Nitrocharger suspension, paired with a Cruisemaster DO35 articulating hitch, gives you long travel wheel articulation that keeps the trailer tracking smoothly through off-camber sections and washouts. Inside, there's a queen bed with a 150mm high-density foam mattress and generous underbed storage, plus large windows and roof hatches for solid ventilation. The slide-out kitchen includes a 96-liter ARB Zero dual-zone fridge, 2-burner stove, and plumbed sink, backed by 37 gallons of fresh water. There's even RedArc Red Vision power management that handles the lithium battery setup with app connectivity. Now, I do feel that the underbed storage access is limited when the rear hatch is closed, and at around $61,000, it's priced for committed overlanders. But speaking of commitment, the next trailer is built for those who want to go even bigger. The Tribe Expedition 500 is where the fantasy of a rugged, family-sized base camp becomes a reality. While my neighbor's trailer was failing, this one excels because of its intelligent engineering. The heavy-duty galvanized steel chassis is paired with an independent A-arm air ride suspension, a system that actively soaks up corrugations and rocks, protecting both the trailer's structure and your gear inside. It's a hard-sided pop-up, giving you a compact, aerodynamic tow profile that transforms into a remarkably spacious interior with a full 6 feet 10 inches of headroom. Livability is its superpower for extended trips. You get a full wet bath, diesel heating, and a kitchen setup that works both indoors and out. The dual 100 amp-hour batteries and solar readiness mean true off-grid independence. But honestly, this level of comfort and capability has weight. You'll need a serious tow vehicle, and at roughly $60,000, it's positioned for serious overlanders committing to months-long expeditions. But for a family that refuses to be limited by the road's end, the Expedition 500 is a fortress on wheels. Now, before we get to my final two favorites, if you like honest breakdowns like this, you'd love our channel memberships. You'll get exclusive, brutally honest takes of the most loved and the most controversial campers you pick, and lots more. If that sounds like your thing, just hit the join button. If not, no worries. Just drop a like and subscribe instead. It really helps. But by Australians who live on rough terrain, the Patriot Camper's Gen 2 X1N brings a completely different philosophy: compact, modular, and brutally practical. The hot-dip galvanized Rigolite steel chassis pairs with 33-inch mud terrain tires on 17-inch wheels and an X-Cruise progressive airbag suspension that levels uneven campsites instantly. With a 36-degree departure angle and a 200mm extended drawbar for extra underbody clearance, it clears obstacles that would stop heavier rigs. Here's what sets it apart. 2,050+ liters of smart storage with dedicated compartments means your gear stays organized and accessible, not buried. The CS3 remote-controlled hard roof deploys in seconds, and the canvas tent system quick attaches for fast setup. Inside, dual 150 amp-hour batteries with a 200-watt red arc solar panel keep you running, while a gel-top mattress and ventilated zip floors make it genuinely livable for weeks. But honestly, at roughly $68,000 US, it's premium priced for its size, and it's designed for couples or small families, not larger groups. But for pure off-grid self-sufficiency in a towable package, this is seriously impressive. And for our final shocker, we've got the Highland 60 by Sasquatch Expedition Campers, where smart engineering meets serious comfort. It rides on a bespoke independent coilover suspension with Fox shocks delivering 5 inches of travel per wheel, enough to absorb rocky drops and maintain traction through washouts. 22 inches of ground clearance paired with 285/65/R17 all-terrain tires and a 360-degree articulating hitch means you're genuinely capable on technical terrain. Inside, you get 45.5 inches of headroom and a full queen bed, which is livable for extended trips, not just sleeping. The standout here is storage. 70 cubic feet across multiple compartments, including a rear deployable kitchen with a 3-burner cooktop, 12-volt fridge option, and 36 gallons of fresh water. The rice husk composite interior panels are water-resistant and durable, while a 200 amp-hour lithium battery with 1,000-watt inverter and 200-watt solar keeps you self-sufficient. Now, at around 1,800 pounds dry, you need a solid tow vehicle, and pricing starts at $47,000, climbing to $58,000 optioned out. But for balancing trail capability with genuine mobile home comfort, this is the best of what we're looking at today.